Well, thank you for listening. Brand, image, customer experience. Now, something we're going to talk about slightly different. A lot of networking events I attend, a lot of people I meet. And the one thing that is paramount is, and I say it quite a lot, you are what you wear. What you're wearing is the billboard to your company. And I kind of worked this out and I thought, well, I'm going to put it into some words. Fundamentally, successful people don't grow by accident. They design who they're going to be. They dress who they're going to be. They create their brand. They do this on purpose. Much like you do in your business. You sit down and you design your logo and your image as you would with your personal brand, who you are and what you are. You have to essentially create you. But you've also, much like any growth, you're going to have to develop it. You're going to have to embrace it. You're going to have to think about who you are and what you are and this brand. You're going to have to think differently. You're going to have to think about you as a brand. You're going to have to think on your feet. You're going to approach situations. You're going to have life problems. You're going to have issues. Now, this is where the most important thing, you need to take that step back and go, what would this brand do? I am this brand. How am I going to overcome it? How am I going to change the situation? You want to understand your perspective. You want to be able to deal with the setbacks and the obstacles as a brand. But you've got to realise that you are this brand. You need to make these goals. You need to design yourself and design for the future you. You need to have a look and think about where you're going to be in the future with this brand. Now, in NLP, neuro-linguistics, of which I am a practitioner, we talk about a timeline. We talk about taking you from where you are to where you're going to be emotionally, your journey. What's it going to feel like in 3 years' time or 4 years' time or 5 years' time when you have made it? You need to take that time and understand where you're going to be, what you're going to do, and what that brand looks like, feels like, and sounds like. Now, for me, you've seen some of my video blogs. I wear some fairly wild waistcoats. They're all custom made for me. I try and leave an impression. I try and go in as something a bit different, a bit quirky. You know, a three-piece suit is for most people. I don't. I have my waistcoats, I have my braces. And it's about making an image. I have different colour soles on my shoes. I try and make that first impression that, well, that's a bit different. And that's where it comes from. I want to be a bit different. I take time for myself. I understand where I'm going, what I'm going to wear, what I'm going to say. I kind of practice it. Much like you do with your business. You're developing the personal you. Taking time out and understanding what you do. And obviously, personally, I read a lot, I write a lot. I give a lot of value to me time. I need to go out and understand who I am and what I am. Now, I must quote, if I may, Stephen R. Covey. Now, he wrote The 7 Habits of a Highly Effective People. It's a powerful book to read. You need to understand, and you need to read it basically, but it says, I am what I am today because of the choices I made yesterday. So you make the choices and then you live what you do, and you think about what you do, you grow how you want to do. So as much as I talk about brand and image and customer experience, bottom line is it's about understanding the brand. Now, we've spoken now about the personal brand. Now, I take 15-20 minutes every day to understand what I'm going to do. I meditate in the morning. I think about what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go, how I'm going to do it, and which persona, which brand am I taking out. If I'm going out, country life shooting, walking the dog, going out clay pigeon shooting, going out to sporting events, there's a different brand, there's a different image I take, very relaxed, very casual. But I've still got my brand overlapping if I'm going out to business. Much the same, but I practice and I think about it. Now, in sport, everybody will tell you, I'll rephrase that. In business, they go, our sports people practice to perform. The more you practice, the better you'll perform. Well, in sport, we don't do that. We actually plan to practice. So we go to practice with a plan. We've then practiced, we've got a new set of results, which we go back to and we use them as our next plan to practice. So much like you'd see with a football team, although they play on a Sunday, they practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, day off Saturday. Well, they practice something on Monday, they use the results to change what they're going to do for Tuesday, and they keep building on the foundations. And that's the same with your business. You need to educate, you need to develop, and you need to increase. But all of that is planning. And basically, bottom line is, if you know who you are, what you are, and where you're going, that'll make all the difference. Now, one of my other videos I'm going to do on the five key points, the 5 P's as I'm going to call it. Who are you? What are you? Where are you going? Who do you do it for? And what is your legacy? So look out for that in future recordings.